No medium. Water. What? I know it's all. I know. You don't even get it.
What's it?
It's a weld shop.
Oh, okay. Thought this right here. Yeah, okay.
It's the Marine Corps Tactical Weld Shop.
Okay.
I have every single process available on the civilian market in this thing.
Okay.
I got the multi-processor, which does MIG and stick. This thing can also run stick through these. I have TIG and a MIG briefcase. I also have OT settling.
Okay.
So I'm able to conduct any type of welding the Marine Corps will require to keep these vehicles up in action.
Oh, okay. So you're required to repair any of these right here,
If need be. Yes.
if need be.
If it's nothing, if it's major, like frame rail or an axle, something that can't come off the vehicle, I have these, which are 50-foot reels that allow me to actually go up to the vehicle and weld on it without needing to take the part off.
Okay.
But if the part is unable to come off, then yes, I can bring it here. I have a vise, I have an extra table, so that I can do everything required of me to get this vehicle back up and running and fix its flaws quickly.
Okay. Another question. Is it like it's bulletproof or anything like this? Is that, I mean, you know.
There are different variants that have armor and some that don't. I think the Road Raider is a good example. It's got all the extra plating on there. It's not gonna withstand like.
I know there are other people that'll happen and be like, yeah, you're right. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Do you want to get the machine as well? I'm good. Well, no, you're good. Sure. Why not?
It's not. It's nice.
Way cooler job and much better pay than I do. That's a Thompson. That's where like all the aircraft
Oh man. You checked the 240 yet?
they actually have effects.
Sure.
Alright. Effects, and that's where they get the crack at.
Back in a second. Have you been in a roller machine? So just reckon it's going to be second row.
What?
You're shooting in the dirt, son. Open this up. That one right there. Boom. You record that. Other hand. Yeah, I did. Lay back. You good?
Hey, y'all take him out in the field or early dirt over here? What's wrong, Huey? Is it unwieldy? You're in the dirt.
Let me shut off.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, take a look. Accelerating in free fall for a couple of moments, upwards to about 120 miles an hour. And at a predetermined altitude, those jumpers, in fact, pull on a small leather ball located by their left hips to deploy the high-flying canopies of that of your United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights. A magnificent sight overhead as Barry Hancock and Carl Gashler from the Red Thunder Airshow team circles with their smoke, and momentarily we will salute our flag with our national anthem. Sergeant Brandon Hexum is also joined today by two other jumpers. They are Sergeant First Class Ben Hall and Staff Sergeant John Schmertzler. They're going to be continuing to work their way down from altitude, now at about, say, 8,000 feet above the ground. These canopies that we are seeing are known as rammed air parachutes. They're a far cry from the parachutes of World War II and are fairly maneuverable with an inherent forward speed of about 22 miles an hour. They fly these parachutes much like how the Wright brothers first flew back in 1903, by warping the wings. And to fly these canopies, well, it's fairly simple. To turn left, they pull down the left steering line. To turn right, they pull down on the right steering line. And as they near the ground, they will pull down on both steering lines simultaneously for the slowest and safest possible landing. We're going to continue to watch them high overhead as we now set up for something very special. This is called crew. It stands for crew relative work and canopy relative work, where they in fact are flying formation with one another as they are in fact strapped together with a couple of bungees, if you will, allowing them to fly as one. And again, momentarily, we will salute our flag as you can see it unfurled. What a magnificent sight overhead.
Not trying to, you just follow it. Probably good.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are within the sound of my voice, if you are able, please stand, remove your caps, and come to attention as we welcome the Paris Island Marine Band and the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause? All the way around 5 nautical miles. All of that space controlled by two gentlemen this weekend. They are our air bosses, led by the Honorable Wayne Boggs from Tampa, Florida, and also that of Major Michael Ware. His call sign is Toto, and they'll be working the entirety of the airspace and putting the show together and keeping the airplanes apart. Taxing in front of us now, the Yakolev Yak 50s of the Red Thunder Airshow team, Barry Hancock and Carl Gashler. They'll be back a little bit later on in our show, but be sure to give them a big wave, particularly for all of you down at your show friends. And also coming down the line, Golden Knight 609, the de Havilland C-147 jump aircraft. And be sure to give a big wave to the team on board as well. From the right, the PBJ cleared for takeoff. Here's Devil Dog. Sound of some 3,400 combined horsepower generated by the Wright R2600 twin Cyclone radial engines. A message to the Imperial Japanese, and while the operation was flown by Army Air Corps aircrew and aircraft, the genesis for the raid was crafted by Captain Francis Lowe, a Navy submarine officer. While the PBJ's Army Air Force brother, the B-25, served extensively in every theater of the war, Marine Corps PBJs were used extensively throughout the South Pacific to attack enemy shipping at air bases. We watch now from the left for a demonstration of what the enemy would have seen on that day of April 18, 1942, as Devil Dog approaches low to the left. This airplane had the capability to carry a payload of some 2,300 pounds of bombs internally in its bomb bay. This North American Mitchell bomber was designed originally as a medium-level bomber introduced in 1941. It was named in honor of Brigadier General William Billy Mitchell, a pioneer of U.S. military aviation. Used by many air forces, and used by the Allies, the aircraft remained in service for some 4 decades after the war and were produced in numerous variants. Some 10,000 or so B-25s were built. This included several models, but the aircraft that we see today, a Marine Corps version called a PBJ-1J, patrol bomber. The aircraft that you see today, one of only 2 Marine Corps painted PBJs flying in the world. During the Pacific Theater of Operations, PBJs were widely used for low-level dive bombing operations against Japanese naval targets. We watch now as Devil Dog works to simulate this as it approaches from the right. The attacking PBJ would strafe the ship as it approached and then drop a 500 or 1,000-pound bomb on the vessel as it passed overhead. While the original B-25 was outfitted primarily for medium-level bombing, Marine Corps crews modified the aircraft into a much more potent weapon. The original design of this bomber was built just to defend the airplane with machine guns, but later up to 14 forward-firing guns were added for strafing ground and sea targets, and it made the PBJ a single-engined jet combat aircraft, and that is the de Havilland Vampire, and it is readying now to our right. Operated initially by the Royal Air Force, this frontline fighter from 1945 operated up through about 1953, when there was now a new sound in the skies of Europe that would ever change aerial combat and ultimately commercial air travel. With the introduction of jet technology during World War II, particularly with the German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, and their development of the Messerschmitt Me-262, the British, they were developing their own aircraft, and that's the airplane on the takeoff roll now. Powered by the de Havilland Goblin turbojet engine, it produced 3,350 pounds of thrust and flying speeds upwards of some 550 miles an hour. This jet holds several world firsts, and I will tell you all about them as Jerry Conley repositions Crestview, Florida to our left to begin this routine. This was an airplane that harnessed that jet technology. It was very new at the time, and it was this British aircraft that was the first military jet that could do over 505.
Yes, sir. We're going to give you a little look at the belly here of the armament as we pass on by.
this airplane, due to its development being so close to the end of World War II, there was a
4-point roll, how pretty this airplane can do it with these two small tails.
Copy that. We'll be looking for it. He's inbound now, low and to the right. Look for the smoke as he now approaches for the 4-point hesitation roll. Stopping the aircraft.
550 miles per hour.
It's incredible stuff for an airplane out of 1945. As Jerry repositions from the left, you're going to notice that very distinctive twin boom design. And just about 20 feet off the deck as he sets up for this, the Cuban pitch. Later variants of the Vampire featured a tandem seat cockpit, allowing for both a pilot and a weapons instructor, or during the flight training role, for an instructor and a student. And depending on whose history book you read, somewhere around 4,000 to have when Vampires were produced. And this one today, the real deal, one of only around 6 or so flying in the United States today. Figures, the Big O Barnstormers Loop, performed for the first time back in 1913. Of things that require a skilled art, demanding discipline and trust. Formation flying is one of those, and it allows a group to consist of only 3 to 4 feet of separation between these nearly 3-ton World War II trainers. Inbound next for their next maneuver. This is a maneuver that's part roll. It's since the 1930s as a cornerstone of military flight training. How about a big round of applause for CT and Buick? They're going to continue to work their way around in these aircraft that, well, they received many nicknames, one of which was the Terrible Texan. They said if you could fly this airplane well, you could fly just about anything well, and that was true because you would move from this last stage of flight training onto your combat-assigned airplanes. And for, say, Marine Corps service, that could have been an airplane like the Chancellor F-4U Corsair, or perhaps the PBJ, perhaps. But we're going to watch now from the right as the smoke comes back on, as they set up for this, what they call the trail aileron roll. You'll notice the formation has changed as Buick has moved from the wing position to what we call the slot position. Let's watch for the pitch and watch for the roll. Flying just a few feet from one another in the trail formation, the smoke comes off. The United States phased out these airplanes from military service by about the mid-1950s, but countless foreign air forces continue to operate the type, where it served with about 63 nations worldwide, usually in the training role or as a light attack or fighter platform. Oh, this is a challenging one indeed. This is called the line of rest loop, and the wingman, Mike Eberhardt, is going to fly right parallel, right next to CT's airplane. He has to look 90 degrees from his flight path. Maneuvers to fly as and to fly well. Doing his best to stay aligned where he needs to be as they go up and over the top. How about another big round of applause for Beaufort? That Airshow smoke looking real good today, just hanging out there in front of us as they reposition. Now, typically, as part of Warbird Thunder routine, but we're on the roll now. Let's take a look as we set up for the race. Looks like Eric Nelson took the lead on that one, and again, you too, it is about time that we turn things over to your United States Air Force and the F-16 Viper demonstration team. At this time, please welcome the voices of the F-16 Viper demonstration team. They are Master Sergeant D.Greene Baker and Technical Sergeant Josh Butcher.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of your United States Air Force, the Commander of Air Combat Command, General Ken Wilsbach, and all the men and women of the Air Combat Command, we would like to thank you for having us at Beaufort, South Carolina. I'm the Viper Demonstration Superintendent and one of your narrators, Master Sergeant D.Greene Baker from Lynchburg, Virginia. Here with me at Show Center, my co-narrator, Technical Sergeant Josh Butcher from Lexington Park, Maryland, as well as our safety officer and combat-ready fighter pilot, Captain Jesus Maese, call sign Drain from Grand Island, Nebraska. As a member of the Air Combat Command's 20th Fighter Wing located at Shaw Air Force Base in the beautiful Sumter, South Carolina, it is our distinct pleasure to describe for you today a combat capability demonstration by the world premier multi-role fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand up and put your hands together for Major Heaster in the F-16.
Maneuver, the Cuban 8. Watch us demonstrate the vertical figure 8 over the demonstration area.
Just under the speed of sound at 700 miles per hour. Major Heaster would like to back up! Will now demonstrate the F-16's crisp handling characteristics as he performs a 4-point roll at Show Center. pausing briefly at each 90-degree increment. Notice the precision at which these individual movements are executed. In from the left, the F-16 and the 4-point roll.
Everything about you, baby girl, can you hear when we attack? Well, come on, the way.
Will be holding the Viper at a 23 degrees nose up position and moving at only 120 miles per hour. When he reaches show center, Major Houston will apply full afterburn and pull back on the stick for a near vertical climb, demonstrating the F-16's awesome thrust to weight ratio. By our expert team of maintenance and public affairs professionals. Senior Emmett Blaine, DP from Medford, Oregon, and public affairs specialist Senior Emmett Stevens.
What started out as a one-time event has grown in popularity and demand. In 2010, the Air Force Heritage Plane
who have served their country in the sky on their wings. We give the honor such a
We have somebody's keys. So check, do a quick pat down, make sure that you have your keys, and if you're missing them, you can pick them up here at Show Center. It's a Mercedes AMG SUV, and if you are the owner of that and you're missing your keys, come stop by. Otherwise, or actually stop by the Precision Exotics location. They're down the Airshow left. Stop by the Precision Exotics and you'll claim your keys. Otherwise, Eric and I are going to have a fun time on eBay with this one. We again want to say a big thank you to many of our partners who have stepped up in a big way to make this weekend possible. And we again want to say a very big thank you to our friends at the
If you ever think about how can I learn to do some of this stuff? Well, Brewster happens to also be a certified flight instructor, and as you might not be surprised to learn, he previously taught advanced fighter tactics for 35 years to the United States Marine Corps. He was DCA for years, a few years ago, in charge of all of Marine Corps aviation. He was actually stationed 3 different times right here at Beaufort. And I know some of his friends in the audience out there. We would like to say hi to all his Marine Corps friends. We also want to give a special shout out to Mark and Dino that we met at the hotel this morning, who call themselves the Senior Airshow Groupies. Brewster teaches out of Leesburg Airport in Virginia and Easton Maryland. He teaches both in the pits that you see today, which is a 2-seat aircraft, and in the Super Decathlon, which is a 180 horsepower aerobatic trainer.
As Tiny takes the runway here, he will be setting up for a stow, short for short takeoff. Specifically, he'll be doing a trundle stow. He'll leave the throttle about mid-range until 60 knots, then he'll select full power and be off in about 1,000 feet of runway. This F-35B is the Stovall variant, short for short takeoff and vertical landing. In the sunshades in the first row behind us, you'll see 2 F-35 Bravos as well as an F-35 Charlie back there, the carrier variant. You can talk to a few VMFAT 501 pilots, buy some swag, follow us on Instagram at VMFAT 501. Forward. From behind the show, he'll be setting up for the min radius turn. Show right, Tiny's going to be coming in through about 380 knots. He'll be showcasing the F-35's ability to maintain a fast turn rate and a tight turn radius.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the F-35B flight demonstrations, military platforms that you will see here today. They've been working alongside U.S. Marine Corps aviators since 1918. Rolls-Royce engines power many of the aircraft that you see here today, including the Rolls-Royce lift system, putting the lift in the only fifth-generation Thanks to Crosby, Lonnie, and Timber, proud to support this incredible event. They'd like to thank military members serving here in Beaufort for their dedication, strength, and services to our country.
Hello, Michael, Ryan's up. F-35 just taxiing by. I'm thinking we'll just let it go by and then let you know.
As Major Johnson comes by in the F-35 and Lightning II, giving a great look at this V-STOL aircraft. And for those of you on the line, be sure to wave your hands, wave your hats up high. He won't be able to hear you with the engine going, but he will be able to see you in the effort to enjoy this great display that we have the chance to see here today. Coming up next, Michael Julian, a guy who's a former Red Bull air racer, a man who literally wrote the book on aerobatic flying and has dedicated much to his life in the pursuit of doing so. He'll be setting up
Ladies and gentlemen, it just doesn't get any better than this.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, everybody, for Michael Julian and the Extra 330 SC. Talk about some precision aerobatic flying. Love that kind of awesome performance. Michael Julian, an outstanding aviator in our air show industry, and what an honor to have him this weekend to see the pinnacle of aerobatic flying. The belts are coming off, the canopy is coming open as well, and as he does so, be sure to give him a big wave down there to Airshow left. Michael Julian from Boston, Massachusetts. Well, right now we're going to keep things going as we welcome our next performance here today, as it is my pleasure to present to you today's Marine Air Ground Task Force demonstration. The United States Marine Corps, a separate service within the United States Department of the Navy, is charged with the seizure and defense of our advanced bases and for the conducting of operations on land, in the air, and alongside naval campaigns. They are responsible for providing detachments for reserve forces on the ground. F-35 to position now for a low-altitude recon pass and a subsequent show of force. Powered by the Pratt & Whitney F-135 afterburning turbofan, often just the sound alone is enough to thwart enemy ground forces. Or GCE to infiltrate and secure the area. Overhead, the F-18s and F-35 continue to provide close air support as Rugby approaches from the left. Rugby is a single MV-22 Osprey tilt-rotored aircraft and serves as the Marine Corps' medium-lift tilt-rotor short takeoff and landing platform. As such, it has the speed and range of a turboprop airplane and the maneuverability of a helicopter. Approaching the LZ, watch as the Osprey crew rotates the engine nacelles to the vertical position to prepare for the hover and subsequent landing to deliver the ground combat element. Capable of carrying up to 24 Marines or 10,000 pounds of cargo, the Osprey can speeds in excess of 300 miles an hour. It is powered by two Rolls-Royce 1107 engines, producing 12,400 combined shaft horsepower. With Rugby, the MV-22 safely on deck, Marines of the ground combat element work to maintain ground superiority. They set the security in the LZ, allowing the Osprey to safely depart. In front of us, the ground combat element, the backbone of Marine warfighting on land. The element is built from around many infantry units organized into teams and divisions that can quickly deploy wherever needed. Each of these units include a headquarters team for handling of planning, logistics, intelligence, and communications. Supporting these frontline warfighters are specialized teams of snipers, forward air controllers, chemical defense crews, supply and maintenance units, and medical personnel. directly in front of us as the MV-22 approaches to quickly land at Hempsville, the ground team. Clears to the right with the ground combat element and our downed friendly air crew safely on board the aircraft. Check 1-1 and check 1-2. Receive addition. Targets neutralized. Now that the enemy force has been suppressed, the Marines move on to their next objective. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to the Marines of today's Marine Air Ground Task Force demonstration. aviation, just one part of the overall MAGTF mission. The aviation element provides 6 functions that are capable of VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing. The FA-18 Hornets, originally designed by McDonnell Douglas and introduced to the fleet back in 1983, carry the legacy of traditional carrier-based aircraft. And utilizing a tailhook located at the rear of the fuselage, those tailhooks on board naval aviation aircraft allowed them to catch one of 3 to 4 wires strung across a flight deck, quickly decelerating them from about 120 miles an hour to a dead stop in about 2.5 seconds. And often in high seas, brisk winds, and well, sometimes at night, no 2 carrier landings are the same. It's considered by many to be more of a controlled crash than anything, as the jets approach the boat at a descent rate of about 12 feet a second and maintaining a 3.5-degree glide slope. Naval aviators and Marine Corps aviators, they don't flare like you see in typical conventional aircraft or today's airliners. Their job is to get that tail hook seated firmly onto one of those wires strung across the deck. These being the Legacy Hornets, 2 FA-18 Charlie models, an aircraft that has been flown by the United States Navy Blue Angels between 1986 up to about 2021. Well, as our Hornets work their way off to the...
My lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
But it is nearly incomparable to the wingsuit's performance. Once into flight, the wingsuit inflates and pressurizes around the jumper. Using this additional surface area, he glides much like a flying squirrel at speeds of over 180 miles per hour. His glidability may be so great that he wouldn't make it back to the landing area if he continued on the same trajectory. So watch as he turns back and flies right past the other jumper, who is already under a parachute. Now the wingsuit will dive aggressively to speeds of over 200 miles per hour. Watch for him to pull out of the dive and open his main parachute. And there you have the wingsuiting ability of the United States Army Golden Knights. From mythology to children's books, angels and birds, mankind has always dreamt of flight. The human form, taking flight on wings of her own, has long captivated the imaginations of many. This dream of human flight is a reality for the wingsuiter. The Eiffel Tower in 1912 is recognized as the first attempt to fly a wingsuit. The first wingsuit prototypes of the Gardon, Fast Lev, and Fract were showcased together in 1999 at the World Free Fall Festival. After the turn of the millennium, commercial designs became available. And now we have wingsuits that are airlocked and pressurized as they inflate via ram air around the wingsuiter. Wingsuits reach a glide ratio of 3:1 and are capable of gaining altitude in their flight profile over 100 meters of climb before either deploying the parachute or returning into a descent. Wingsuits can also match the descent rate of high-performance parachutes and can fly with them in formation. Although capable of the same glide as a parachute, a wingsuit jump still requires the use of a parachute. The next dream is the ability to routinely land with just the wingsuit. With the advanced characteristics of the wingsuit, the jumper is able to stay in the air twice as long and travel for miles. In 2010, former Golden Knight Ben Borger set a wingsuit world record, exiting at an altitude of 32,000 feet. Staff Sergeant Borger traveled for 11.5 miles and was in free fall for over 6.5 minutes. Each year, wingsuit designs are continually evolving, providing more opportunities to break more records. Once again, please direct your attention high overhead. Our aircraft is inbound for the next pass of today's performance. On this next pass, a single jumper wearing 2 parachutes instead of the 3 we normally wear will intentionally cause their parachute to malfunction, demonstrating the Golden Knight's dramatic cutaway maneuver. The jump master is once again looking out of the left door of the aircraft. After he gives the cross-arm signal of hot target, a thumbs-up signal will be given for the jumper to exit the aircraft. Watch closely. You may see the nose of the aircraft move left or right in response to these steering instructions. The aircraft has once again been slowed to a safe exit speed of 120 miles per hour. The jumper is out and the smoke is on. This jumper is wearing 3 parachutes instead of the 2 we normally wear. She will open her first parachute much higher than normal and intentionally cause it to malfunction. Please do not be alarmed when this first parachute begins to streamer. There is absolutely no danger to the jumper. This is our only solo maneuver, yet one of our most exciting. Watch closely for a black and gold canopy to inflate. This is a perfectly good parachute and can be landed. However, the jumper will reach up to release one side of the parachute, causing it to malfunction. The jumper next to this jumper is flying a high-performance parachute, comparable in size to a bed sheet. This jumper is now accelerating earthward at speeds in excess of 90 miles per hour. It would be impossible for this jumper to survive a landing under this parachute, so he releases it completely, returns to free fall, and opens his main parachute. This is the same procedure a free fall parachutist would use if they were to have a problem with their main parachute. The reserve or the auxiliary parachute used by the Golden Knights is also a flexible wing glider, such as the one you see now. However, there are some differences. It is white in color and it is slightly smaller in wing surface area, with a much greater forward speed of up to 30 miles per hour. This enables the jumper to make it back into any tight situation, such as a downtown intersection or a major league stadium. The release parachute you see floating earthward will be recovered, untangled, and hooked up to use again. If it does float towards you, please do not attempt to catch or retrieve it. Our recovery team is on its way. As this jumper brings his high-performance parachute into the target area, watch the movements he makes with the steering line. jumpers fly their bodies together while interlocking their arms and legs to form the nucleus of the formation. The formation continues to fly at 120 miles per hour as our free-fall photographer circles the formation. The base continues to fall, gaining vertical separation, and then separate to perform our bomb burst maneuver. This is our salute to all of you attending today's show. Watch for the parachutes. And there you have the high-flying black and gold of your United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights.
Big congratulations to D.Greene for his Army career. One of the pilots with Team 6 as the C-147 is inbound from the left. Air boss, Wayne Boggs from Tampa, Florida, alongside that of our mini boss, and also serving the air boss duties as well alongside Wayne, that of Major Michael Toto Guerre, worked to push out a couple of our performing airplanes. Those are the full throttle formation team. They're heading back home to Atlanta, Georgia. And we're going to got a little more to come. And we're going to be seeing in just a bit the Undaunted Airshows team. They're lined up right now off the Airshow right on runway 32, and they will be our final performance before we turn things over to your United States Navy and Marine Corps Blue Angels. It has been a tremendous weekend here at Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort. It is so great to look out and see so many of you joining us on this tremendous day. The weather,
he's the one who flew the wingsuit, so he was
glad that you're joining us today.
And then he was one of the first people.
We again want to say a big thank you to many of our community partners who have stepped up to be with us this weekend. And tell you, it takes a large army of people to make these types of events possible. The planning, as it pertains to putting on an air show, actually took place after the last air show in 2023. It does indeed take onwards to about 2 years to put a complex event like this together. And it takes a lot of different support, not only from our Marines here at MCAS Beaufort, but our friends at South Carolina Flight Standard District Office.
Yeah, good job, good job.
Our local law enforcement, fire rescue.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
There are hundreds of people involved in making this production possible, and we again say thanks to all of them. How about a big round of applause to everyone involved in making today's show possible? Right now, as we recover Golden Knight 609, we've got the Undaunted team.
Good job, good job.
Next, and their Vans RV aircraft, the airplanes of Total Performance we were telling you about a little bit earlier. And this team joins us all the way from Washington State. They flew all the way across the country to be here, and that's a question we get actually quite often. Do we fly or truck the airplanes to show the show? The answer is that they fly. It actually took about 2 days.
Yeah, good job, good job. Great show, great show.
Give these airplanes that are comfortable and economical and very aerobatic as well. We will see that of the Undaunted Airshows team as they perform our final display before we turn things over to the United States Navy Blue Angels. In case you didn't know, it's 256 days until Christmas, which means you need to work on your 2025 Christmas card, and you can do so by visiting our buddy Dewey Larson at the Dream Big Top Gun F/A-18 cockpit experience near the chalet area, where you can get your photo taken in an authentic F-18. And we invite you to stop by and learn more. They have now been cleared into the box, ladies and gentlemen. You can see as the smoke comes on. Please make welcome to our
Good
show.
job. I remember him from the previous Airshow at PDK last year.
They are the Undaunted Airshows team. Over the course of the next couple of minutes, we are going to see this display of formation and opposition aerobatics.
Flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Freeport, Maine, Lieutenant Connor O'Donnell. As the crew chiefs assist the pilots into their jets, you are witnessing the teamwork found in all Navy and Marine Corps units. The Blue Angels take a great deal of pride in personifying the Navy and Marine Corps values of honor, taxi in tight formation, just as you will see them perform here this afternoon. This degree of precision has been a trademark of the Blue Angels since first established 79 years ago. 16 officers and 130 enlisted personnel comprise the Navy's flight demonstration squadron. Pilots 1 through 4 fly in the diamond formation, showcasing the precision flying required of all Navy and Marine Corps aviators, while pilots 5 and 6 fly as solos, demonstrating the maximum performance capability of the aircraft. Once again, I am Major Scott Locks from Chantilly, Virginia, Blue Angel number 7, the narrator for the flight demonstration, and the pilot for the key influencer and media personnel we normally fly at each show site. Blue Angel number 8, Lieutenant Commander Lily Montana from Vienna, Virginia, is the Squadron Naval Flight Officer and Events Coordinator. Commander Bryce Aubuchon from Washington, Missouri serves as the squadron's executive officer. Our Marine Corps C-130 pilots are Captain Sam Petco from Osceola, Indiana, Captain Isaac Becker from Austin, Texas, and Major Josh Horman from Kansas City, Missouri. Lieutenant Commander Natalia Lucetti, our maintenance officer from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, is responsible for the man to the left. Commander Brian calls smoke on, off brakes now, burners ready now, and the Blue Angel Diamond is rolling. As they pass before you, you will notice that the smoke is no longer visible while the engines are an afterburner. They'll acquire the necessary airspeed for their next maneuver. The Diamond will experience up to 4 times the force of gravity as they perform this looping maneuver. break. Blue Angels 5 and 6 are rolling. Blue Angel number 5 will complete the dirty roll on takeoff, while Blue Angel number 6 executes a precise slow transition and pitches up vertically at 6 times the force of gravity.
I'm like a Travis, baby, never chase me. I'm working too hard, can you pay me? It's so much dealing with me, and I'm all alone.
She touch a baby, got that body you can measure. Trendsetter, the one who get the weather. Swerving while I'm bumping, Patrick Petcher. Yeah, I'm rolling through the city with the big dogs.
Approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance. Rolled their aircraft 270 degrees and crossed with minimum separation. Watch as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity to cross their aircraft over show center.
Sounds my ear.
To the left, the taxiing just off to your left, the Blue Angels will momentarily be turning into the parking area. After completing a short maintenance debrief, the team will come to the crowd line, where you will have an opportunity to meet them. As they step away from their aircraft, I would like to take one final opportunity to introduce the demonstration pilots who have been watching perform here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Freeport, Maine, Lieutenant Connor O'Donnell. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Baltimore, Maryland, Commander Thomas Zimmerman. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from Georgetown, Texas, Lieutenant Commander Wes Perkins. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from Beaufort, South Carolina, Major Brandon Wilkins. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Commander Jack Kilty. Flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Canton, Connecticut, Commander Adam Bryan. Ladies and gentlemen, representing your United States Navy and Marine Corps, the 2025 Blue Angels. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Blue Angels.
We are mostly 2-year pilots. Our solos are 3-year pilots. Yeah, you bet. So, yeah. Do I have to work? There you go, guys. Thanks so much. I'll get you right there. Thank you. I appreciate you guys coming here. Thank you so much. Yeah. Go. All right, guys. Hey, buddy. How are you down there? Hey, you sneaking in there? Just a little bit. All right. There you go, man. Yep. I got my pen right here, my bud. How you doing? Did you enjoy today? I love flipping. You got a pen? I'm gonna use mine. It's just.
You got a special pen.
Yeah, turn around, buddy. Okay, turn around. Excuse me, guys.
Can I get a picture real quick? Look at me with your eyes. Eyeballs. Patrick. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Hey,
you.
How many other one of us?
Right here. How's this?
Certainly. You're all right. You're all right. I'm just getting. I'm not in line. Just taking videos.
Appreciate it. Yep. How y'all doing? Good. How are you, bud? Well, good to meet you, man. Where are you from? What's up? Honduras? All right. Well, welcome. That's a long way to come for an air show, bud.
You'll have to keep a special diet, keep the weight in check and everything?
We work out enough, pretty much, just flying and working out. But yeah, we eat pretty healthy. Thanks a lot, bud. Is it your first time you've seen us?
No.
No, you seen us before? We haven't been to Honduras, though. So. All right, nice, man. Well, welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
How much do you burn?
Oh, probably on that show, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000 almost in one show. So.
Incredible show.
Hey, thanks. Here you go, man. Yeah, thanks, guys. Come over here, guys. Hey, how are you? What's your name? Yeah, what'd you think of today's show?
I like rainbows.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like rainbows? I wish we had a rainbow there. That'd mean we had some rain. We wouldn't want that. So, hey, bud, what's your name? Good to meet you, bud. Where are you from? Pickens? Is that around here? I'm not too familiar. No? Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, you bet, guys. Yeah, come on over, guys. Hey, how are you? Did you enjoy today?
I did enjoy today. I enjoyed yesterday as well.
Great. Well, I'm glad we got you guys a full high show today. Yeah.
Well, hey, I enjoyed the new maneuver from yesterday.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Great.
Cool.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm really well, thank you. What do you think of today's show? Good. Well, we're glad you're here. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, you bet. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name?
I'm Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda. How are you? Yeah? Is this your whole family?
This is my whole family.
All right, come on in, family. Did you guys enjoy the show today?
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite part?
When y'all scared us.
Oh, yeah, some of the solos do that down there. So, yeah. Come on, guys. Yeah, they're pretty good at that. We try not to scare you in the diamond. We're usually out in front
I know.
doing that piece of it. So. Oh boy, it's a little wind today. No worries. There you go, guys. Yeah, you bet.
I know. People were here waiting.
Thanks for spending the day with us. How are you? Awesome. Thank you. How are you, sir?
Good.
You doing good?
Yeah.
I like those shades.
Thank you.
I'm glad you got me today. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. How are you? You doing all right?
I'm out of line.
What's your name? Evan? Nice to meet you. I'm Jack. How's your day going? How's school going? Enjoying it? All right.
Thank
Good.
you.
Hey, how are you guys? Hi, kids. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah, having a good day? Yeah. What'd you like the best today? Fly all the flying? Yeah, very good. Hi, sweetie. Tired. How old is she? I got 3 older ones too. That's always fun. It does. See you guys.
Perfect. I love that. This is my grandbaby.
All right.
Thank you. My husband. But I've never got to.
Well, cool. I'm glad you're so welcome.
I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, yes, another one.
You're so welcome.
More.
Cool. Well, thank you for hustling down here to say that. I'm very glad you have been able to do that.
It's a great day.
Perfect. Love that.
Where's your plate? Where's his plate?
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, man.
How are you
Appreciate
doing?
that. Hustling hard. We dig it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're so welcome. Oh, you're very
Are you from here?
I am.
When I heard your name, I was like,
Yep.
I've been here my whole life, so I was like,
I'm sorry.
Thank you for saying hey.
You're welcome.
That's too bad. Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, take care. Just pull a little tension. There we go. You're so welcome. What's up? How are you? What's your name? Take care. Where are you from, dude? How are you? Thank you for hustling down here to come see us. Great, man.
How are you?
Howdy.
I met my granddaughter yesterday. She loved you guys. I've always been fascinated.
Had to come back again.
Absolutely. Yeah, my son's feeling really good right now.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, free for all. Come on up. Hi, Mr. Sawyer. How are you?
Fantastic. We did as well.
I know,
It was a
you're
lot of fun. There you go. Yeah. You're very welcome. Hello. I'm doing well, thank you.
I appreciate that. Special place for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fantastic. Do you want me to sign your check? There you go. Oh, we got the phone here. Cool. There we go. Incredible. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love the different routines today than yesterday. Yeah, we get to fly them both. Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, guys, go ahead and get it. Hey, come on up here. Silver part. Oh yeah, you got a marker for this. There we go. John, fun today? Fantastic. Carol, I'll trade you. There you go. Let me get you your marker back real quick. Almost on. All right, so we got time for one more. Yeah, you sure did. There you go. All right, hey, real quick, he's got to go. Okay. Come on up here. That's not true. You're small. Hi there. Hi there. Oh, nice. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, good to meet you guys.
He knows what he's doing. Right there. Yeah. Will you help him?
Yeah. Where's this for? Yeah. You blew dirty all over me. What's that? You blew dust all over me. Oh, sorry about that. No, you at the end of the runway? Oh, hey, man. There we go. Experience. Good to see you again. We'll see you next year. There you go. How are you doing? All right. What's your name?
I lost him.
How's it going? What's my name?
You're so welcome.
Good name.
How's it going? Good, thank you. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, of course. Hi, how's it going?
Thank you, I appreciate it. What's up, guys?
First female pilot?
No, our first Fat Albert female pilot was Katie Higgins several years ago. And then,
documentary on
oh yeah, Amanda Lee, she was our first female F-18 pilot. Yep, she left the team last year. We only do 2 or 3 years on the team, and then we head back to the fleet.
And then do you serve a certain amount of time as far as on the fleet?
Yeah, so there's a 2-year commitment associated with Blue Angels 1 through 8 who joined the team, as well as the Fat
Extra
Albert
pay
pilots.
or same pay, or just the honor of serving?
Yeah, same pay. Yeah, just a billet duty station like anything else.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Take care.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Hey, how's it going? Good, thank you. Thanks so much for coming out. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hey, thank you. You too. Hey, how's it going?
All right, hey, we got time for a couple more today.
All right.
There you go. Thank you. Hey, guys. Thank you. There you go, sir. Hey, how are you? Yeah, absolutely. It'd be my pleasure. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, thank you. Hi, how are you?
What are you?
All right, XO, we got time for a couple more today.
All right. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out.
All right, we'll do just one last one right here. All right. There you go. All right, he was here. There you go.
All right, I'm going to get a couple more today.
All righty, go put them out. We got a couple kids here.
All right, let's get this young man back here.
Might not have time for it. I can try though. If you stick around for a second.
We're going to get this young man right here, and this will be the last one for today. Sorry, guys.
There you are. Thanks to you. Appreciate it. And last.
We appreciate it. Thanks for the show.
Anywhere.
Really? All right, I'm two.
All right, let's see.
All right, let's get this group right here, and then that'll be it for today.
All right.
Step on up. All right, it's last one. Last one for today. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, we got time for a couple more.
All right.
Big Sunna. Lady right here.
Thank you. Come on, bro.
All right, thank you guys so much for coming out.
Get up there with Brent.
Oh, sorry.
You all right?
Thank you.
All right, well, we got time for one more.
All right, we got
Raleigh.
1, 2, 3. Here you go. Sir, nice to meet you.
Have a good one.
You too. We'll take care of these little babies so much. Oh, sorry.
You all right?
All right, guys. Good to you guys are the last ones. Nice to meet you. How you guys doing? Yeah, I love your fly suits. So cool. All right. You guys take care. All right. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Doc, we got time for a couple more.
No, two.
Right, sir.
There's another plan.
Can we get these kids right here?
Sure.
And these will be the last two for today.
There you go. How are you? What's your name? Nice to meet you.
All right, Doc, thank you so much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out.
Thanks. When are y'all leaving? Flight surgeon?
Yeah,
Tonight?
we got a debrief and we're going to get on the road here shortly.
Okay, very good. Take care.
Bye. Thank
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. You're all right. Got it all in my mouth. It's all in my mouth.
Very nice.
Very nice. All right.
Very nice.
We can go now. on the Marine Corps Air Station Air Base here in Beaufort, South Carolina. MCAS Beaufort here in Beaufort, South Carolina. On base. It's a military installation, U.S. government. Not a U.S. Air Force base, but still a military base. It's a Marines instead of a U.S. Air Force base.
He went with coffee.
Image synthétique, forme esthétique, l'art poétique, à l'âge atomique. Musique rythmique, son électronique, l'art politique, à l'âge atomique. MCAS.